Well, hello there, Periscope and Twitter friends, here in the kiln room, and just wanted to introduce Lisa there. She's the potter, and we've got the kiln right here, and she's already got the kiln. Hey, Natrice, how are you doing tonight? We've got the kiln partially loaded, so what we're going to do is we're going to put a shelf in, this round shelf over here, and finish loading the rest of the kiln with this. What would you call this? Bisqueware.
No,
it'll be Bisqueware.
This is going to be the low
Chuck.
fire that will. It's a bisque fire, and it'll turn it into Bisqueware.
So there are two firings. So this will be the first fire that turns this. Would you call this green? I guess green clay.
Yep. This is just the raw clay that has been thrown, altered, and fired. Thrown, altered, and dried.
And so Natrice's cup is up here somewhere. Let's see, where's that? We should, there. So that's the cup we made the other day. Hey, Airflow, Chuck. Yeah, so there's Natrice with her hearts there and her cup. So this first firing will turn this green clay into a bisque that then can be glazed. So I'm just going to prop you up here, and we're going to put this, let's see here. We're just going to prop that up right here real quick while we load the... Okay. I think if we do this, here, this will work.
Prop it against this.
All right, there. Now, I think that might work. Well, if it falls over, we'll try again here. I think this might work. So I'm just going to help Lisa put this shelf in here. It's a tight, close fit here. Okay. Should we put that? Okay. All right, and I'll just put my fingers up. There we go. I got it. I'm good. Stay.
I hope so. You won't get me okay.
You're good.
Why is it walking?
The shelf. What do you think? Okay. She's just gonna hi again. All right. So we're going to. She's just going to get the shelf here in and just make sure it's stable. And oh, thank you. Yeah, it's really quite high tech, and Lisa's got all the. Oh, it's fairly complex, and she's got all the information loaded in, so it's, she can tell you more than I can about how these kilns work, but it's, you need some help getting it out? Okay.
It's not hitting anything, is it?
I don't think. So here's, I don't think would it be hitting that? Might be hitting that one.
Yeah.
So we're just trying to figure out why that shelf's a little bit wobbly. So that's what we're trying to figure out why. But this, there's really an art to loading these kilns. You try to get as much of the greenware in there as you can. And
with a bisque fire, they can touch each other. I've stacked them, the pots and cups and everything on top of each other. It's okay for them to touch each other in the bisque fire. But when you do a high fire,
hi, Annette,
you cannot have the, yeah, that's better.
Good, stable, so.
You can't, in a high fire, you can't have pots touching each other, else they'll glue together.
Like loading a dishwasher. Yes, very good. A very good analogy.
I put this in. This is a cone, And this will measure how hot the kiln gets. It's an 06 cone, so it should bend down to about
Annette
like that.
says hello. Hi, Annette. Okay, so that she puts right near there, and
2 inches from the thermocouple.
And the thermocoupler is the instrument that determines the temperature, right? It senses the temperature. And that's this little device right here. And you can see, I'm going to just show you can see the electrical coils. See the electrical coils? That's what heats up all the way around here. You can see all the levels. And this is the brick. This is the brick is the yellow portion. So Lisa's just going to go ahead and try to get in as much pottery as possible into this kiln. So we're just going to watch that process. And if you have any questions, fire away. And thank you for all the hearts. So the heat's pretty well distributed.
I have what's called an EnviroVent. It pulls air through.
So there's portion of the vent, and it goes underneath. There's an area underneath here. And then it pulls, and you've got little holes fan right here. Does it suck through the holes here?
It sucks through the
So I'll show you the holes here, there. Through the top. So you get a little bit of a flow of air through there to circulate the air. And about what temperature would you say? About 1500 on the low fire or the bisque fire? Just going to look that up. Well, Chuck, it looks like you're having a great time. Yeah. It gets hot, and it's an interesting process, that's for sure. And you can actually look in through the top or through one of these side holes here. You can actually pull this off and look through and see the glaze, or see the process. And the clay actually gets red hot. How many hours of baking? What is that?
It'll go till 1,828 degrees.
1,828 degrees Fahrenheit.
And it takes about 7 hours. 7
hours. About 7 hours, roughly, of baking time. Native graffiti. Hello. Oh, that's is the glaze on them? No, Annette. Sometimes you can glaze before the low fire, right? But most often you fire low fire first and then apply the glaze.
Yeah, it depends what you're working with, what clay and what you want to do with your product.
Yes, bisque firing. Yep, this is the bisque firing. How are you there? Good to see you. And Chuck, if you're still listening, I've enjoyed all the pictures and the periscopes from Upper New York at Finger Lakes region. That really looks like a beautiful area. So have you ever put fired is a question from Native Graffiti. PUT fired. No. Scalloped edges, Annette says. Nice. So thank you. Pit fired. Pit fired. Okay. No, haven't pit fired.
Too dry, too much fire hazard.
Yeah, I'll show you our natural surroundings out the window here. Now, this is why we don't pit fire, because we don't want to create. It gets really. You can see out the window how dry it is around here, and if we tried to do a pit fire around here and caught the place around here on fire, we wouldn't be welcome in the neighborhood for long, I don't think. So. And I'm trying to catch your comments as you come in, and Lisa's going to be talking here from time to time, so I'll try not to interrupt her, but go ahead and fire away with any questions if you have any. From UP, so the UP area. Okay, now I should know where that is, but I'm not familiar. Is that Upper Peninsula? I apologize, I'm not sure where that's located. Michigan. Okay, I hear. Yes, Lisa's got a cousin that lives back in Michigan, but she's not in the Upper Peninsula. She's closer to, Lansing area, I think. So, But that's a beautiful part of the country. I grew up in Indiana where there's a lot more humidity and moisture, and so yeah, I suspect it's a bit more like Michigan, and I trained in Wisconsin for 3 years near Madison, so, well, in Madison. So she's just stacking all the pottery, and you can see that during this low fire, you can actually, the pottery can actually touch sides. Now, after the low fire and the glaze is on, then the pottery can't touch. Thank you. Natrice says that's some good stacking.
It's always hard to guess how much stuff will fit in here. So I try and get as much. Oh, here's a flower pot, hopefully.
Ah, flower pot with the holes, so that'll sit right in there.
Yeah, I always try and get as much as you can in because it's, while you're heating it up, you might as well.
My family is descended from pottery people in our tribe, pit-fired and incised.
Oh, cool.
Ah, I bet. Now, do you still do some of that yourself? That'd be interesting to see some of your work. And if you do, that'd be interesting to see on Periscope. Great! I'd love to see some. I'll have to make sure I'm following you here. So I might just try that. And if I lose you, I apologize. So as your name pops up, I'll try to click on you and make sure that I'm following you. So she's just stacking right on top of one another here. But
cool. Everything fit.
Everything fit, and that's excellent.
So, maybe.
You can do that, Jimmy. All right, so maybe. So I'm just going to show you, for those interested, this is where I do a lot of my painting, and I've been playing around with doing some of the avatars on Twitter, and this was my original one I worked on a while back. Now this is an acrylic that I did, and kind of my original Twitter avatar after my Vanagon. And well, thank you, Natrice. And then I was playing with a little bit of. I actually bought some more paint. I just figured I'd get a yellow and a red and a blue. And I've been working with some black and white oils here recently. We'll have to look up Frank Atawagashik. He's my cousin. He's well-known Ottawa potter. Okay. Great. We'll do that. And so playing with some avatars here. And then, of course, I think most everyone who's been following me on Twitter, I kind of got on a U.S. Civil War kick here with all my generals, and got some northern generals and a few southern generals. And then we've got a few, I got Reinhardt's mom still on the wall, and Courage Singh's avatar right there. And then that was my first try. I had a heck of a time with Isabel's photograph, and that one didn't turn out all that well, so I did another one, and she's got that one now. But my parents, and then of course Lisa and her dad. So yes, that's all my work. So these are the black and whites, and down here are oils, and that one's an acrylic there, and acrylic there, and then the rest are oils. And then I tried something new here. I actually lifted this black canvas from my daughter, and is almost like painting a negative photograph. Oh, you do portraits too? Great. So this is my I call it my therapy in the evenings, and Lisa's kind of moved into her space here. So hi, Natrice.
Got her done.
Got her done. So we are all. Nope. Got two more. You might lose me, thunder. I saw those storms. They looked kind of scary. All the clouds. So, and well, thanks for sharing. So I'm going to just try to make sure that I'm following you here, and I'm still learning this Periscope thing. So. Oh, Mike Periscope tonight. Good. I'd like to see that, Natrice. If you do, I'll check it out. So Lisa's going to go ahead and lower the kiln lid here. And I don't think I messed anything up when I said, yeah.
And I'll wait till tonight to start the fire, then it'll fire through the night. So.
All right, she's gonna follow us here. So she really likes your studio, the gal from Michigan. So and I missed that last comment, Natrice. I think we're gonna close down here. Native graffiti. Okay, great. And oh, native graffiti. I'm gonna make sure. I'm gonna make sure I'm following you here. View profile. I'm following you now, Michelle. Excellent, Michelle. So. You're stuck with us following you here. So thank you, Natrice. I'm trying to get better at this, and I actually David Grayson. He's on Twitter and Periscope, and he's a doc from New Zealand. And you may have I think I mentioned this the other day, Annette and Natrice. Okay, Michelle's an artist and on Twitter. Great. So I'll follow you on Twitter too, Michelle. So great. And Natrice says you have a lovely smile for being a hillbilly Montanan. So thank you for that. Okay, great. So,
bye-bye.
All right, well, we'll see you guys later, and thank you very much. Appreciate you guys checking in, and you guys all having a great evening.